Hi, this is Gabriella. In this video, I'm going to speak about questions and I'm going to show you 3 ways of using questions in the classroom. First of all, why have questions? Questions foster curiosity. They shift the responsibility onto the learners so the students can take ownership for their learning. And of course, questions foster higher order of critical thinking. The first technique is the question prompt. Have an interesting question that can serve as a hook, a question that is controversial, a question that raises interest in the students so they want to answer the question and have them answer the question by the end of the lesson, by the end of the week, by the end of the unit. Don't give away the answer, give them clues. The second technique is the picture prompt. You can have a picture and the students will ask questions. Later, the characters in the picture can answer the questions, or you can use the questions as a basis of research project or an interview. I'm going to show you 3 examples. The first one is from science. This is the Boston Dynamics robot, and the students can ask questions, for example, what can this robot do, or what do they need to do to be able to work in robotics. The second one is for art or English, the famous painting by Grant Wood. The students can ask questions, and later the woman or the man can answer the question, or even the pitchfork, or you can use the questions as a basis for research on the painting or the context. The third example is from social studies. This is a photo by Robert Capa that was taken on D-Day. You can use the questions to answer ideas about the Second World War or photography, etc., etc. And the third point is the QFT, which is the question formulation technique. With this technique, you can build up a whole lesson or unit based on student-generated questions, because this is a technique that facilitates learning. The teacher acts as a facilitator and the students will ask the questions. The first step the students will do is they will generate the questions based on a prompt that you give them, which can be a picture, which can be a statement. So it's definitely not a question. The students will write the questions, they have to write down every question that comes to their mind, cannot judge the questions, and they need to write questions, not statements. In step 2, they will turn the closed-ended questions into open-ended questions and the open questions into closed-ended questions, because we know it's not only open-ended questions that are good. In some cases, closed-ended questions can be more effective depending on the situation. The third step, students will prioritize their questions and they will pick the 3 best questions they want to investigate or answer. And finally, in stage 4, they will reflect on the questions and they will say what they have learned and how they have learned it. So in a nutshell, this is the question formulation technique. And the final question that is left to be answered is what to do with these questions. There are a lot of things that you can do with student-generated questions. You can use these as a basis of a project. You can use this as an introduction to a topic, debate. The students can use the questions for an interview, for a project. You can turn the questions into a quiz, or you can use the questions in the chapter end test. The students can test each other, so you can make them write a test, so to say, and they will have to exchange the questions, and finally they will correct the answers as well. Actually, the sky is the limit. Only your creativity will decide what you will do with the questions. So this is what I wanted to share with you about questions, but of course these are just some ideas, and please be creative and go on thinking on how to use questions in the classroom. Thanks for watching.